Pepitas is a 100% vegan taqueria. We make all of our food fresh and from scratch. We do use some soy-based substitutes for meats, our proteins, but we make them taste like the real thing. And we have a lot of different authentic Mexican dishes, and as well as some good twists on some vegan takes on like regular food itself.
Kind of comfort food, we're not really like, I guess, on the healthier side of things, which we do have the options there, but I'm trying to make it a little bit more accessible to everybody instead of just trying to focus on like vegan customers and whatnot, trying to make it a little more available to everybody.
Well, we've been in Milpa doing regular food for like 15 years, since 2008, and Edgar turned vegan, which was the original like idea of why we wanted to start making vegan food, because we grew up eating this Mexican food, and so we got to a point where Edgar couldn't no longer like enjoy the food that we grew up like eating all of our childhood. So like we started meddling into like how do we turn like this pastor into like vegan, and that was our first recipe, and then just kind of grew into more and more items and into the pepitas.
So I've been vegan myself for a little bit over 6 years. At the beginning, it was more of a diet thing, just trying to lose weight, and sort of that kind of how it started, and did a little bit of research into the whole industry and whatnot. Well, I guess just for myself, it was more of like being grown like in a Hispanic kind of background. It's just a lot of the options there weren't there, so hence why we kind of did recipes with the pepitas.
Mexican food is a lot of spices and a lot of marinades, and so it's just more about trying to get the texture to be there, but you're starting with the same process that you would like regular food. So like the marinade for the al pastor is similar or very close to like what we would put on the regular pork if we're at Milpa, but just trying to get the right texture. So experimenting with like different like soy, like what we ended up having with the pastor, or the jackfruit for the brisket. So the process is very similar to regular food. It's just end up having to replace that protein with a vegan.
I think Pepitas tries very hard to stay true to that authentic Mexican dishes, and while they still experiment and have some fun with fusion dishes, they really stay true to the authenticity, and I feel like some other places kind of lose that within trying to explore to the vegan route, but so yeah, I think that's, and staying connected with our customers as well. Like they love being on social media, being interactive, and hearing back from everyone. So
I think the customer feedback would be probably the most rewarding part, just hearing from other vegans, like since I'm vegan myself, and like not being able to have like Mexican food, I guess it would be my biggest hurdle there in this area, because we have a lot of other options, but I feel like we opened a place that wasn't available for anybody. I feel like the customer feedback is the most rewarding, hearing everybody enjoying the food.
Getting to provide people with 100% vegan wholesome food and getting to sell it in like with the people that we work with. Like, they're very amazing. We have an awesome team at Pepitas, and they're so hardworking, and they love it there as well. So it's just really easy and fun.
Behind the scenes, like day in, day out, it takes a lot of work. The restaurant world is a tough world, so when you get an award that kind of just shows the world that you are doing something right, I think it's pretty validating for the staff. From a brand perspective, I mean, it's again, like, we were not sure if the consumer was going to be receptive to this, so when we're getting awards that is actually saying like we're the best, I think it's pretty cool. I think we're doing something right. I think it's delicious. I mean, I think like doesn't come down to like the vegan tag. I think it's just like it's really good food. Like it's like when I go there sometimes and I just try I'm really into like the Beyond Meat picadillo tacos right now. So I think it's just really good food. I think it's definitely more healthy. You don't feel so I don't know, like bloated, or like it's not a heavy food as is like regular Mexican food. So, but I think overall, I think it's just really good food.